Hi everyone, it's Mark and Jodie from the Temple Space and we're back here on the couch.
Okay, what are we going to talk about today?
I don't know, I think I've come up with a couple of topics of conversation of late, so it's your turn.
I was on drugs last time. I'd like to know that.
Yeah. Why? What kind of drugs were you on?
Stop my mouth hurting and my brain working drugs.
It did happen.
Yeah.
Did it stop your mouth hurting?
No.
No, but it mucked
Stop
up
my
your
brain
brain.
working a little bit. I noticed I was a little bit slumped in the chair. I was
Yeah,
fading out. I should have just slipped away slowly, quietly, and just left you to it.
Yeah, it was good.
I thought you did a good job.
Yeah,
Once I came down.
I prattled quite well for quite some time.
I prattle. Professional prattler.
You did.
Being real.
Okay.
And
Authentic?
well, being yourself, I guess, like being real in terms of there's a question. We do a certain thing in the temple space which is about dealing with people's emotional stuff, I guess, and it's got boundaries where it goes into a certain area, and yet both of us have an interest in a certain proclivity for the shadow side of things, but we're both aware that bringing that into the temple space, bringing anything about sexual or shadow sexual tantra blah 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 stuff might have a negative impact on people of a religious or nervous nature who wouldn't want to know about anything shadow, and by shadow I mean kink or that sort of, I wouldn't say BDSM, but all that kind of area, which is actually a valid part of life's journey. And I have this personal belief that everyone has a kink. Everyone's got something going on in there that is a little bit not the norm, and it usually relates to their deeper spiritual side to some extent, or their deeper life experiences. But it was interesting because I was challenged the other day by myself in thinking about what I could present in the temple space sessions, and I suddenly, or even advertising something. For instance, what people do is they've developed a business, say, in some area, and they've been in it for quite a while, and then before they started that business, I knew them to be quite open in some ways, and the business has now made them shut down that side of themselves and present this kind of slightly false side, which is okay in itself, until it comes a time that someone goes, hang on, I remember when you were ... And it's incongruous, I think is the right word, to what they're now presenting. And I was just aware that I want to remain real as I can be in the future, but that might challenge what the temple space is about one day. What the templespace.com .au or .com actually
Either way
is about. That was my subject. I don't know why it took me 5 minutes to explain it.
Yeah, I'm not sure. The shadow can also be seen from a place, I think, of looking at what your fantasies are. And if we think about, everyone has a fantasy, and it's the side of ourselves often that we really, really want to have happen, but we don't want to tell anyone because we're too afraid of, if we do, it's secret self. Yeah, it's a secret, because what would someone think of us if we really did want to have sex with a priest, hypothetically, or
interesting choice actually.
Carnivale, or anything for that matter, you know, want to have group sex, want to have sex out in the open, whatever it is that is our fantasy. It might be to have someone eat chocolate off our body, it might be something that's
dress
simple,
up like a Labrador and
be fed dog food. Yes, but all of those things...
Just dress up like a Labrador.
Whatever, dress up like a fluffy.
I did make a girl bark, make little cute barking noises once, and I did it for a laugh, and it weirded me out because I went, oh, that was a bit exciting. I don't think that, probably shouldn't share that, should I?
No, but I think it is about, if you can get someone to do something else, it's about control, so that's another conversation really. the things that you can get people to do. So that's
For
my
me,
sister,
actually, going back to the Labrador noises, it was more, it wasn't about control, it was about making cute little noises. Suddenly seemed quite fun.
Great.
Well, at least I don't want to sleep with a priest. So, but
It's
this is
just an
interesting. This is
example.
interesting actually because it brings up that side where you'll share your. Somehow you'll reach a place. You know, you've had enough drinks, or you've been on some course, and everyone's opening up, and eventually you brave it and you share yours, and it's way off the scale, and everyone. And I was like, okay. And suddenly it's just like the tumbleweed moment. Tumbleweed will go through the room, and you'll be backing out. And well, at least it's not la la la. You'll defend yourself.
Yeah.
I think I had that moment then.
Well, I think it's the same
Labrador
as Almost Famous, where they're all on the plane, they're going to die, and they're sharing the story, and he's like, I slept with her. It's like, okay.
They do a good scene of that in Californication 6 as well. Goes slightly differently, but also good.
Yeah. But kink, I think, is a word that gets thrown around for something, and it's almost a connotation of it being bad or dirty, or there's something wrong with it, when actually the shadow could just be that it's your fantasy, it's your secret that you would really want.
It's a way into a deeper side of yourself, or into. I think that's why access is the spiritual, because it throws everything out for a minute, and you know your defences come down because you're opened up in that truth.
Well, you're embracing another side of yourself, and for women, I think, speaking from my own experience, there is the whole dress up side of it and looking a certain way, which is it's really nice to embrace that. It's actually very feminine, you know, to wear beautiful clothes and to look really beautiful, embrace your curves and all of those things. And it's not, I think the thing I really love about what we've been looking into that side of it is that there's no one size fits all. It's for all different body types, and they're very accepting people. That's what I found.
Sorry, the kink.
The kink world, yeah. It's not one size fits all. It's for everybody. There's people who dress up as animals. And
well, it's a bit like the circus, isn't it? The carnies, Carnivale. We've been watching Carnivale recently, which is quite a good TV series that never made it past 2005. Or 2006, but it's got that kind of feel to it, isn't it? It's all the freak show, and the freaks can go there and feel at home. I guess that's what the kink world offers, isn't it? Home for the freaks, or the people who own their freak, or get their freak on.
Get their freak on.
Their freak on. Yeah.
And it's liberating. It's liberating to go somewhere.
Liberating. That's another aspect to it as well, isn't it?
It is.
Owning your dark side, I think, is a liberating experience, and why I think if you're on the path of personal development or self-awareness, at some point you're going to come across your dark side, and it's usually aspects of it will be hidden to yourself.
And
come as a surprise.
Yes, and is it dark? Really? Because I would say, again, from my experience of it, I actually feel quite comfortable in that environment, and it is about owning that that's a part of me.
I guess we've got the Christian faith to thank for calling it dark, because it would have come from the Middle Ages fear of being a witch, or being, you know, hung, drawn and quartered and your guts ripped out for daring to confess to being a homosexual or something, I don't know. But so there's probably where we get the light and dark. And want to have sex with a priest.
Yes, and wearing dark clothes.
Wear dark clothes while having sex with a priest. I'd rather wear a Labrador outfit.
Yes, but men have less outfits to choose from without
Not
going.
in Animal Kingdom, we've got quite an array.
But you know, your chaps with your butt cheeks hanging out always look good.
Not my bag.
Not your bag.
Furries for me,
Furries
all the way.